Hello, MCU fans. Well, as soon as I finished my video on episode 5 and all the theories about how that trial went down, Marvel went and dropped a mid-season trailer for Agatha All Along. And oh my word, there is so much to talk about in this trailer. So let's dive right in and see what we can find out. Don't forget, we have an October contest running all month long. Be a subscriber, leave a comment. You could win a book or a steelbook. Best of luck. And we have a membership option with lots of cool perks, so you might check it out in case you're interested. All right, so I'm going to try to organize all the different shots from the trailer that go together, because like the trailer just has them all over the place. And I'm also going to bring in anything from earlier trailers that has not yet appeared in the show. So we start with Agatha saying, "What does Billy Maximoff want?" Yes, she's used his name. So now I'm going to stop calling him Teen. He is now Billy because she's calling him Billy. So she says, "What do you want at the end of the road?" So this is going to pick up right after episode 5, because notice the leaves are all still yellow, so we haven't had the yellow trial yet, and Agatha looks like a mess. She looks like she was just pulled out of a bog. So probably Billy decided, you know what, I shouldn't have done that to her. He pulls her out. He answers her question, then power doesn't interest me, and he opens his hand, and I'm really not sure what's going on here. I mean, those are pebbles, but I'm not sure what they signify. So if you have any thoughts, let me know. But he explains, I want something else, something more. So I think he's looking for his mom, Wanda, and his long-lost brother, Tommy, and that's why he wanted to go on the road. All right, so this is interesting then. He says, why do you let them believe those things about you? And this is from one of the earlier trailers. I think in particular, he's talking about the fact that everybody thinks she sacrificed her son for the Darkhold, because for the longest time, that's what it seemed like. But remember, we learned something else in episode 5, that perhaps the truth is too awful. In other words, what really happened is even worse. And I think we learned that Nicholas Scratch wasn't sacrificed for the Darkhold, but perhaps was killed accidentally by Agatha. Because remember, in episode 5, when Nicholas is crying out, "Mama, stop," a lot of the theories we had in the video I dropped earlier today was that was Nicholas saying, "Stop, you're killing me," basically, as she was draining him of power and accidentally killing him. So I think they're going to have a discussion about that, and Teen is going to understand. Still, though, he says, "I do not trust you." So be interesting to know if that was before or after she made that revelation. But then at some point, she says, well, last one there is a nice person, which of course is from one of the earlier trailers. So he decides, oh, well, we're going to hang out together one way or another. So pulls up his cloak. She screams and laughs. She's all excited and says, "Get ready for fireworks." Well, the real important thing in this scene is, look who's behind her. Yep, that is most definitely Jen. So clearly they have pulled both Jen and Lilia out from the bog as well. But the trailer shows us where they went, I think, when they got sucked down. What is this? Where on earth are they? This does not look like a bog. I mean, obviously they're muddy from going through it, but then, where are they standing? Well, I got a theory on that. So remember back in episode 3 when poor Sharon said, all I would have expected to see down here were remnants of our failed public transit system. So I think that the road really does exist. I think it's like a magical place, but it's kind of just hanging out over what's already there under the ground in Westview, and that would be this failed public transit system. So when they left the road by going down in the bog, well, they ended up in whatever that room was down in the old public transit system. So let me know your thoughts on that, but that's where I think they ended up. But okay, so this was a little misleading now, I'm realizing. This looked like it was just Billy and Agatha heading towards this castle for the yellow challenge, because notice we're still yellow, but I think everybody else is walking behind them. So anyway, they walk across the drawbridge. Notice we're going to get the moon phases again and showing us what the challenge is. I believe this will be the air challenge, Lilia's challenge. It's definitely patterned after Wizard of Oz. We saw this in earlier trailers. That looks like the hourglass from Wizard of Oz. Agatha is dressed as the Wicked Witch of the West, of course. What else would you expect? Then there's these swords on the ceiling, and that really looks dangerous, because I think these things are going to start falling down, because we see this one here. You can see it on the screen, and then boom, it lands on the ground. Obviously, they're all pretty freaked out by that and stand up, and they're very scared. Everybody would be, right? But I love Teen is dressed as Maleficent. That looks incredible. He is rocking that outfit. But okay, so they're either scared of the swords that fell down, or of the fact that the Salem Seven have now arrived, or maybe both, right? So the Salem Seven are hissing at them. Here's a cool shot of them standing up and getting ready to fight. And then because this is the air challenge, I'm assuming the gravity is shut off. Maybe that's part of the challenge. Then notice there's a bunch of cards, tarot cards, floating in the air. I think those were sitting on the table because I'm betting Lilia was doing a tarot card reading. In fact, one of the cards, this is from one of the earlier trailers, that we can see really clearly is the Queen of Cups. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second because for sure this episode references that directly. But okay, so they continue floating up towards the ceiling, and I think the Salem Seven are about to get impaled by those swords. Ooh, that is going to be nasty. All right, so then we get this interesting shot. Maybe we're like outside of the castle looking in, and you can see Lilia floating up to the sky there. But then we get this shot in the trailer with like nothing in the background. So it seems like basically the same shot, but this is almost like she's in a dreamlike state. Maybe this is what she's seeing in her mind, like in a dreamlike state or something. But anyway, then this is so cool. So we get this shot of her walking towards this gazebo, and oh yeah, that is totally the image from the Queen of Cups card. And in fact, the outfit she's wearing is the outfit she was wearing as a little girl back in episode 3 during her hallucination. So I can't wait to see how this ties into her past and kind of fills in some of the blanks about her backstory. All right, so then I'm not sure what she sees in her eyes. You see kind of the black gooey thing. In fact, I'll zoom in. Maybe that's the Salem Seven being reflected in her eyes, one of the witches. I don't know, but that's really creepy looking. All right, so then maybe this is the divination from the second episode where she screams, "Get off me," because notice her mouth is open and her hands are up, because in the trailer we see this where she's screaming and her hands are up. So maybe finally we're going to get that specific scene of that divination. All right, so then we get this shot. Is Alice alive? I mean, she's laying on the ground like she's passed out, but then we also get this shot of her standing up. Is she like in an afterlife somewhere? Was she sent back out of the Witch's Road when she died? I am really, really curious to what's going on here, but I'm really glad that it looks like maybe she's going to survive because I was so bummed when she got killed. All right, so I think this is a flashback for Agatha. I think that she's walking through the forest here, and notice here she is walking through the forest. She's looking back behind her, and we see these two girls following her. Notice one's in a hat, one's in a dress. Then we get this shot of her being powered up as they're shooting at her. I thought at first this was the Coven doing this on the Witch's Road, but no, it's these unknown girls. I'm not sure who this is. Agatha's saying, get ready for spectacle while this is happening. This other one here with the hat, remember that we saw earlier? I mean, are these just random people that she's stolen power from over the years? Because if you look at her outfit, it is clearly an old-timey outfit. So this is a flashback, I think, from years ago. At least that's my guess. And then we see this one where now she looks like very goth with a leather jacket. So yeah, again, maybe we're just seeing her stealing powers from people down through the ages. That's kind of wild. All right, so then this flashback is nuts. So we see the hex, right? In fact, this is probably during the final battle where the hex was fully revealed and where Agatha and Wanda, remember, were fighting each other. We see the hex reflected in a car in what looks to be the back seat of the car. He then screams out to his mom as we hear the tires screeching. So that must be mom is driving probably. Notice that they almost get into an accident. Over on the right, welcome to the city of Eastview. So they're heading home to Eastview, and instead they get run off the road and the car hits a tree, very likely killing anybody who was in the back seat. So this goes with that theory we had that Billy basically died. Billy Kaplan died, not Billy Maximoff, Billy Kaplan. All right, so if you remember all these different facts that I've laid out in several of the videos, we've been told that there is a near death in Westview on December 14th of 2023. That's in the credits of each episode. It tells us that. I think that near death is the near death of Billy and Tommy Maximoff. Their souls, when the hex got shut down, their souls were going to die. Instead, their souls went into Teen when he was 13. Remember, they told us that. He's from Eastview. His parents are alive because when that car crashes 1 hour before the time of death, 2 airbags are deployed with blood in the back seat. So I think that's what's going on, that basically the souls of at least Billy, the soul of Billy Maximoff went into Billy Kaplan before he died. So yeah, can't wait to learn more about that. But even crazier of a reveal to me is this one. So we see him drawing something on the ground, drawing a circle over some boards, and lighting a candle, a blue candle. Well, this shot is from a much earlier trailer that Marvel released, right before the show came out, and I just didn't know what to do with it, so I've never mentioned it. But notice the candles, those are candles down there, and the circle is probably the circle he's drawn, and on top of it, or he's standing on top of, rather, the door to the road. Did Billy create the opening to the road? So basically, when the witches sang that song, nothing happened, like we saw. But did Billy do this little seance or whatever in advance, setting it up so that they could get to the road? Wow. Because remember, this is what it looked like when suddenly the road appeared. The door to the road appeared, and they were all surprised, like, huh, what? And it was Billy booking down the stairs saying, we got to go, we got to go, we got to go. I think he activated it. And of course, he was the first one to book down the road. And if you think about it, each of the challenges, Billy has been the one that has pushed them along, whether it was finding the invite, playing the record, or telling everybody we have to Ouija. So I think that he has studied the road and knows the only way to survive it is to get a coven, and he brought Agatha because he thought Agatha might be able to help. And sure enough, he wants to get his goal. Like we learned at the beginning of this trailer, his goal is to probably get his mom and his brother back. So, wow, I think he has been playing them all along. Fascinating. Let me know what you think about that. All right, so then I think this is the final trial, the Earth trial, because everything is green, including Rio is dressed in green. And notice at this point, one of the earlier trailers, we see Agatha falling down and we see green leaves. As she says, you got to be kidding me. So yeah, definitely there is a green trial. And maybe it's all outside. Wouldn't that be wild? Because we don't see anything inside at this point. We just see her standing outside with a torch there and giving the little, come on, come on. Now, I'm not sure when this scene is taking place. This could be during the green trial, but notice her outfit looks totally different. Or this might be right after episode 5, after that third trial, and after Alice had just died, which is why she's saying the bodies are really piling up. So this might be earlier because it does look kind of yellow in the background. Like maybe this is right before the yellow trial. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. But this is from an earlier trailer. And then I love this where she's like giving them the scolding finger. And so then we got this shot, which was from an earlier trailer of Jen like maybe crawling out of the Witch's Road. I still don't know the context here, but like, is this an escape hatch where she's just done and is jettisoned out? Then we get this mysterious figure, which the line being said when she's walking out this door here is Rio saying, in the end, all roads lead to me, but I don't think that's Rio. So that's a real mystery as to who this is. Maybe it's Evanor, Agatha's mom. But this figure is even more mysterious. What is up with that? I mean, of course, we're all going to go Mephisto, but I don't think that's Mephisto. But who on earth is that? Maybe it's Billy's dad? Billy Kaplan's dad? I don't know. I got no idea. Let me know if you have any thoughts on who this dude is. Then the final showdown. I'm betting this is the final showdown. Now, this looks to me like the back of Agatha's house because it's got the same type of shutters that she has on the front of the house. So maybe they're back in Westview. Oh my, if so, they're going to destroy the town if they're not careful. So that's Rio with her dagger there. Then we see Rio sitting on top of the house with evil laughter and then blowing a kiss. That's funny. We have Agatha screaming, I want my prize. So that makes me think this is still on the road. Maybe the final challenge is they recreated Agatha's house? I don't know. That seems really weird. Feels like they're outside of the road at this point. But anyway, we see the windows blowing. The glass blows towards her, cuts her all over there, cuts her face. One of the new scenes they added here is it's cutting her arm even. And then this vine, notice, is wrapping around her arm. So that seems like that is Rio controlling the vine. Somebody is. Anyway, that is really wild. And then I think Agatha's being dragged across the ground because I do think this is Agatha. We get another crazy scene at Agatha's house, I believe, where something blows out of the wall and flies over her head. So yeah, it's going to be a crazy, crazy finale. Then I don't know where this scene is coming in, but Rio is saying, will Agatha Harkness finally meet her end? I mean, I think this is during the finale because the leaves look like it's the same location outside of Agatha's house, but obviously her outfit is very different. And then we get these scenes. Okay, so where on earth are they in these scenes? So it looks like a morgue because this shelf is sliding out where you'd put a dead body maybe, and she's in a body bag. Isn't that interesting? So anyway, once she gets out of the body bag, she says, this can end right here, right now, to Teen. So is she helping or hurting Teen? I'm not sure, because when she puts her hands to his head, he starts screaming, so it's not pleasant, at least. I mean, maybe Agatha is helping restore Billy Kaplan's mind, because I've always wondered, will it be Billy Maximoff or Billy Kaplan who will be in this body, or both? That'd be crazy. So then they end up running out of this room, because I don't know what is going on here, something exploding behind them. Just a crazy scene. Cannot wait to see that in context as well. But I think this will be definitely during the finale. So let me know what reveal from the trailer got you the most excited, but we will all be eagerly awaiting the final 4 episodes of Agatha All Along. So don't forget, October contest, be a subscriber, leave a comment, win a book or a steelbook, and the membership option in case you're interested in that. And then I always mention the Discord. Here we are talking about the brand new trailer that just dropped. So hey, 1,700 members on the Discord, conversations 24/7, and we would love for you to be part of it. So I'll leave a pinned comment so you can join the Discord. Also, if you don't mind, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. You can check out more content, and we'll all continue to enjoy the ever-growing, the ever-changing Marvel Cinematic Universe.